He was digging in the soil. He had a probe, and he was probing in the soil. He was also picking up items at the crime scene and tossing them aside.
WFTV legal analyst Bill Schaefer says the Anthony's private investigator, Dominic Casey, picked up what appeared to be a blanket at the scene and tossed it aside, and that it did not appear that Mr. Casey and his colleague, Private Eye Jim Hoover, who was behind the camera, were doing a random search. Schaefer says the Anthony's private investigator, Mr. Casey, appeared to be focused on areas where there was a configuration of stones or concrete pavers, not just at the crime scene, but also at what appeared to be an abandoned backyard where Mr. Casey was actually digging.
Mr. Casey was digging in the area, actually digging with a garden shovel in an area where it appeared to be a black plastic bag sticking out of the earth.
Schaefer says it was obvious Mr. Casey knew the camera was rolling because he was actually directing Mr. Hoover on where to shoot. Schaefer says back at the scene the second day, Mr. Casey was probing the ground with a metal rod, and not just superficially, but deeply enough that he could have destroyed evidence.
It was a metal probe, and if he hit the skull or the bones of that skeletal remains, he could have fractured it, he could have otherwise altered it, and it would have thrown the whole forensic examination of the bones off.
Now, the big questions tonight still are, who was Mr. Casey talking to on the cell phone at the scene, and who told him where to search and what to look for? Information that only the murderer or someone close to the murderer would know. Reporting live in Orange County, Kathy Bellich, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.